morning, everyone. So I decided that today I would film a medical routine video because when I take you along a day in my life, it's generally not really showing what I do in a day as far as my medication, my just routine. So that's what I'm going to show you. So the first thing that I did this morning is I ate some pretzel sticks. Normally I wouldn't necessarily put them in a snack bag, but I'm on my walker today, so when you're on your walker, you kind of have to do things a little bit different. One thing I forgot to do this morning is check my blood sugar. I've only been eating for a little bit, so I should be good to check my blood sugar, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay, so like I said, the first thing that I do when I start my day is I check my blood sugar. The blood sugar monitor that I use is the Livongo meter. This is actually the meter that I get through my work. Anyone can get this meter by subscribing to their service, and it is about $75 a month, but like I said, I get mine through work because I have insurance, and there's my number. It's a 106, a little higher than I would like, but perfect for diabetes. Next, I'm going to take my medication. I know many people who use a pill organizer. However, for me, it's easier to just not use a pill organizer, and then I do my nasal spray, and finally, I put steroid cream on my hands because my eczema is breaking out. On this day, I had a doctor's appointment to go to, so I had to put on my AFOs. My AFOs are specifically gauntlet AFOs, are prescribed to me by the Mayo Clinic, and as you can see here in a minute, they look very different to traditional AFOs. They lace up kind of the same way that they lace up army boots. And in case you were wondering, the socks that I have, they are not any special AFO socks. These are literally just from the store at Target, and I pull them down over my braces because it keeps my braces from coming undone. Now, the next step in my routine is to put on my shoes. My shoes are actually a pair of men's Skechers size 8. The reason that I use men's Skechers instead of some type of women's shoe is because men's shoes are wider for the same size. So to get this size in women, it would be a women's size 10. This is a men's size 8, and they're wider. I do have to unlace my shoes and then relace them just because I can't fit my foot in otherwise. I don't put my shoes on every single morning. The only time that I put them on is when I have a doctor's appointment, and this particular day I happen to have an early morning doctor's appointment. And now it's time for my evening routine, just like my morning routine. The first thing that I do is I check my blood sugar, and you may notice that this is a different blood sugar meter. Yes, I do have two. The reason why I have two meters is that my Livongo meter comes in the mail, and I needed a meter right away because of a medical crisis. So I bought this one out of pocket, and the Livongo meter comes to me for free. And I do pay for the strips and the lancets for this meter. I don't use it very often. My blood sugar was a little bit high for the evening, but it was still well within the normal limits. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to start my insulin shots. So the first thing I do is I use hand sanitizer, and don't worry, I had washed my hands before. And then I'm going to get out my insulin pen and do a really good job of cleaning the top of the pen. And then the next thing that I do is I put on a needle, and then I set that in a sterile field, and I clean wherever I'm doing the shot. Normally I do the shot in my stomach, but obviously I didn't want to do it like that for the vlog, so I'm doing it in my arm. So if I seem a little bit not great at doing it, that is why, because I am honestly not used to doing it in my arm. And I just push that in, I held it for 10 seconds, and then I screw the needle off, and I put it in my sharps container. I put the insulin pen away, and then I'm going to do my nose spray again, just like I did this morning. And now I'm just going to take my medicine. I take 4 medicines. morning and night, but they are different medicines. What you can't see here is that I did take my omeprazole with dinner. Next, kind of the last step in my routine is that I am going to put on my cream on my hands. Alright guys, that is my medical routine. I do this every single day. Well, not the steroid cream, only when I need it. So have a good night, guys.